That's why we need to do this every month in monthly basis. Okay. So I will try to share my screen, who we are, and sorry. We are eagles.
Rusmin,
Ramon, can you see that?
Rusmin, my dear Rusmin, I want to speak 5 minutes, not 2 minutes.
Okay. This is me and
because
we are arrested.
Yes.
Rusmin and Ramon.
Yes.
This is our vision. Yes.
Hello everyone, and welcome to today's session. First of all, I would like to say how honored I am for having 3 women as panelists. They are great experts in their respective fields, and I am absolutely sure that you will enjoy their presentations. Having 3 incredible women for this webinar makes me very proud and also hopeful as the grandfather of 2 beautiful granddaughters that I am, and as a founder of a company where the majority of my team are women and where the principle of gender equality is respected and implemented. Today's webinar topic is family office. Family office are the vehicle of choice to preserve and protect accumulated wealth. Owns are relatively unknown terms accessibly only to the exceptionally affluent. The family office has increasingly become more mainstream for several reasons: privacy and confidentiality, governance and management structure, potential higher returns, risk management, centralization of other services. The number of family offices has increased by 38% since 2017. In the coming years, it is expected that the number of family offices in developing countries, especially in Asia, will increase. That thanks largely in part to technological advancement. Enjoy this webinar.
Okay, muchas gracias, mi hermano Ramon, Riera, Torroba from Barcelona. And we have Stella Law here. I would like to read who is Stella. Hey, sorry, I have to say hello to Leo Lu as well, our founder of Proptech, Asia Proptech. Thank you for arranging, supporting this good webinar. Stella Law is the Executive Director of Rasselbock Limited, a Hong Kong, Singapore GV family office, serving as a member of executive team. She brings her fund and equity valuations of M&As with diverse international experience to the board, with focus on real estate and technology investment. She is frequent invited as speaker at various capital market conference and summits in the regions. Stella holds a master's degree in financial analysis from Hong Kong University of Science and Technology and a software engineering degree from Hong Kong University of Hong Kong. She is currently a member of Real Institute of Chartered Surveyors, member of Hong Kong Institute of Directors, and members of the Hong Kong Venture Capital and Private Equity Session. So Stella is a superwoman, I can say that, from Hong Kong. Okay?
Thank you.
So we have a lot of superwomen today. We have Charlie Angel, Stella Law, Anna, and Mariett Ramm from Nice. Okay, so you are lucky today, man. You listen to me. You can enjoy the talk of these 3 superwomen. Stella, the time is yours.
Thank you for your great introduction. Thank you. Let me try share my screen first.
Yes.
Yes, so this is my presentation. Yeah, today I would like to discuss about the family office and the rise of the family office professional, and also the rise of the weight of raising funds through family office lately. Traditionally speaking, there are many ways of raise funding, but now family office is a more common way, especially in Asia and Hong Kong. And today I would also like to discuss the class asset and criteria which family office used to invest in. So first, as an introduction, what is family office? Traditionally speaking, wealthy client families delegated the management of their financial asset to investment manager. However, since the global financial crisis in 2008, managers' target returns have fallen during a prolonged low-income environment. So this has been compounded by the implication of the COVID-19 pandemic on global markets as well. So the appeal of delegating to investment managers has therefore fallen in recent years. So there are increasingly demand for family offices executives to manage their financial assets through this kind of method, to let them to have a delegated people and professional to report to the owner, to the asset, and to the boss directly to the family members. So this coincides with the rising client concern over the security information. In fact, the family office owners want to maintain all data in one place and have a greater oversight and control. So this gives them a greater peace of mind if they set up a family office. Instead of, in the traditionally speaking, they just delegate some investment managers to manage their asset. So there are other factors at work. However, in order for the family office to source good family office executives, the availability and willingness is to move some traditional careers in financial service and need to be present. So in Asia and also sometimes in Europe, some of the private client wealth sectors, wealth management sectors have high quality of professional do exist. And they move the career path from all those big banks with wealth management department to small family office. So this gives the rise why there are many family office that were very niche and demand for this kind of professional. And they would like to make those family office more profitable by making investment strategies. So this is one of the new source of funding in many investment projects. In the past, they will just seek bankers or investment managers or asset management firms. But now those family office will be a new source of funding of those financial projects. So today in the next slide or latest slide, I would like to also discuss how, what is the investment appetite of these family offices are. But this gives you a heads up why there are quite a lot of family offices, especially after 2008 financial crisis, as well as the financial, especially after the COVID-19 also, people are more and more concerned and conservative and have more unique demand for their investment appetite for those tycoons. So the next slide, yeah, this gives you some heads up for the family office. Usually they would like to have some kind of service they would need. They would work with investment managers. They would need performance monitors, personal asset managers, real estate advisors, and also some of the other banks, lawyers, accountants, etc. So there are many people serving the same family with different investment strategy they would look for. So this is a farewell traditional way of investment, we would say. All families' office are unique, but the operational aspect is more distinct. So for those who are serving family office, they would need to know the specific demand of the client and also the wealth management's traditional way of operating are being challenged. So these are the give you a heads up on what is a family office. And for the development of such kind of family office in Asia, give you some figures. There are 7,300 single family offices in the world, and about 1,300 located in Asia Pacific, and it is a record. It is also increasing in these years. So I would say in the trend of the family office in Asia is growing, and there is a number of offices, family offices are built on what we call new wealth. So what is a new wealth? It can be defined as the wealth that has been already accumulated recently within one generation of time. It may refer to a large sum of money from a sell-off when the first generation of the family business encounters a bottleneck, or when the second generation refuses to take over. It may have been obtained by monopolizing the access to natural resources, or it could have been gained from emerging industries and high-tech sectors. Owners of such wealth are keen to have it properly managed, but private banks and asset management firms fail to provide adequate services to satisfy the need. So this is a result of creation of family offices. So there are more and more billionaires in the world, in fact, and especially in Asia, China, and Hong Kong. That's why it gives some family and insight to why there is a growing demand and for the family offices, and also the meaning of new wealth. So this is the second trend, is that the younger generation is taking over, but they would look for some more aggressive or some diversified portfolio investment instead of those traditional way or what those father or grandfather are doing, the way they're doing business. The traditional old wealth families are more conservative, they would think, when it comes to their investment. They would prefer, say, fixed income products like the bonds, and even stock markets, they would think already very aggressive and risky. But as younger generation get involved in the family business, family offices start to have more diversified and direct investment, such as private equity and venture investment. So recent statistically show that the private equity accounts for 1/3 or at least 1/4 of investment portfolio owned by the family offices. So there is another trend that we are seeing, is that there are more collaborative and the co-investment among family offices. Instead of just solely one family office investing on one project, they would enable to have some co-investing or collaborating or forming joint ventures with other family offices. So this enables families with different backgrounds in different shares or different backgrounds and different sectors to share more resources, making use of each other's strength and mitigate the risk. So this is the co-investment strategy they would like to use. And among the family office, it usually takes two forms. The first is when the single family offices to collaborate with the other family office or asset management companies. And also the second is that when several families engage in investment projects under multi-family office platform, which in addition to allowing shared access to resources, also leading to reduced operation costs. So this is another trend that we were seeing. And the fourth trend is that they would be more focused on investing in tech and emerging industries. As risk tolerance is higher usually for the younger generation than the old generation, when it comes to new wealth or old wealth managed by young generation, the investment strategies shift towards one wealth growth than wealth preservation. In recent years, family offices tend to invest more in technology, innovation, and emerging industry. There are many internet tycoons in mainland China especially, invest heavily in technological innovation and startup. So some are even taps to the cryptocurrency and blockchain investment, which the old wealth or the older generation would never try or not even know what it is. So a few younger generation will manage the old wealth in Hong Kong, also attempt to enter into emerging industry, of course, not as aggressively as the new wealth. So this is the other trend that we're seeing. And finally, we will see the Asian family office, especially they are moving towards specialization and professionalism. So unlike the matured family offices in the Western country, those Asian family offices are often managed by family members. So this approach has some limitation when it comes to execution. As the culture in Asia especially, there are hierarchies within the family. So the grandfather is always the most powerful man and the word is most the strong one. But due to the rapid development of technology and organizational management, family office need to source more professional. The long-term development of a family office lies in trusting and retaining such talents. So there is a very great need that to have some private wealth management industry, especially in Hong Kong. So these family office are opt for more specialized, hope to provide more professional ways to manage those family monies instead of giving those money to people who manage just by solely the old generation's will. So these are the one of the growing recognition of families office on is long financial role. So this is some key things that I would like to highlight for the trends of the family office in Asia. And for in Hong Kong, there are some government policy that is also hope to maintain the growth of this segment in Hong Kong. In just the 2020s in Hong Kong's chief executive policy address, that they have encourage people to set up more family office, attracting money from across Asia, especially China, to come to Hong Kong to set up the family office. They have a number of recommendations to create a more conducive regulatory environment for family office as well. And for the Securities and Futures Commission, SFC, we named in 2020 September, they have provided further guidance on the assessment of the corporate structure and investment process of the corporate professional investors to make sure everything is well regulated, and within the regulated environment, people can make money, can move their capital freely, and have the freedom of investment, etc. When in a very nice tax environment and also policy. So this is what the family office developments trend in Hong Kong, and give you some figures for the private wealth management AUM in Hong Kong. You see the trend is rising. Although there is a big drop in 2018, but the CAGR, you will see it is still in a rising trend. And this is from the SFC Asset and Wealth Management Activities Survey. And it is also anticipated there is a growth in 2020, despite of the COVID-19, money is coming to Hong Kong definitely, especially you will see from our stock market. Last year, there is a very significant amount of money from China coming to Hong Kong in the stock market. So one of the way that people manage those money, the capital, is forming family offices in Hong Kong. So the main issue of my presentation today is, so what kind of asset class that family offices usually invest in? So interestingly speaking, I understand the audience from this webinar is more from the real estate sector, but you will see real estate investment is not very common for family offices in Hong Kong. You will see they would like to have listed equities as the most welcomed asset class they would like to have, and cash and deposit which give them the lowest risk kind of investment. Some private funds, some bonds, all those are very risk conservative. Real estate in our circumstances is treated as alternative investment. So alternative investment means that it will encounter a little bit higher risk. So there are not much family office in Hong Kong that it is solely encounter on real estate investment. Even when they invest in investment of real estate, they will look for income generated properties. For the traditional ones, such as the offices, retail shops, and industrial buildings as well. So they would rarely do some development thing in Hong Kong or do some direct purchase of assets in Hong Kong due to the risk level or other things. So they will opt for the listed securities. That means securitization of the real estate is more important. That is one of the strengths in Hong Kong, that quite a lot of companies, especially property developers or even those tenants, they would have the securities or the company listed in Hong Kong. So people will invest through the securitized vehicle, that is the listed share, instead of directly invest in the real estate itself. So one of the form that is also common in Hong Kong or even in Singapore is doing better is the form of REIT. So the investment in REIT, which give you very stable dividend each year, will also be a very welcomed form of investments in Hong Kong instead of they directly invest on the real estate. So why you will see, as you will understand from the previous slide, those family office will hope to enhance the yield, the strategy of the investment, would like to enhance yield in a lower interest rate environment, instead of have some more risky investment and so forth. So they will have value opportunities in a recessionary environment and hope to insure against potential losses as well. So these are some of the investment focus and strategy of the family's office for your reference. And as a real estate profession, I think you also would like to know more. So what is the interest for the family office interest in the real estate sector? I would say They are tied with the low yield income generated traditional property form. Especially in Hong Kong, the rental yield is very low, just 2%, 3% in Hong Kong, which they would not bother to. And be a developer, it takes a long time to get the return. So it is also not preferable. So people are looking for non-traditional properties with high yield, including data center, healthcare, elderly homes such as hospital, student accommodation, and even self-storage. So these are very good yield form of properties, and any new economy that can redefine the meaning of space. So they are investing in business model rather than investing in the bricks directly. So such the business model like Airbnb, those like the form of co-working space or even co-living or hybrid of co-live and co-work, there is still some good operator that can still seek funding from all those family office and doing good in Hong Kong. And also, not to mention the property technology or what we named Proptech, people always will have the fantasy that you got technology, you got PE. So you got PE, you got an opportunity to have a rocket on the rise of the on the stock price. So these are the things that we would like to see in the future or in this year in the real estate sector. Family offices are looking for these kinds of investment. So that's all from my presentation. Let me hand over to the host. Yeah, thank you.
Yeah, thank you, Stella.
Thank you.
You are brilliant. Now we understand what is family office and what kind of asset class that actually family office looking for. Surprisingly, family office is not going to buy any traditional property. Okay, so as your property agent, as an investor, you must be aware that it's not that kind of class of asset. Surprisingly, data center, healthcare, health tech, even prop tech, because I was saying that data center, prop tech is property and beyond is inside the scope of family office looking at. Is it? Am I correct?
Yeah.
So imagine that Ramon, they're not going to buy a hotel, they're going to office tower with even they are married there, they have 5 stars or 6 stars operator there. No, or maybe office tower that already have tenant, cash or generating income. No, they are not doing by that. So we must be aware, because I always tell a lot of friends in real estate that we have 2 kinds of investor. First, individual investor. The other one, institutional investor. Institutional investor is including funds, public funds, pension funds, a bank, something like a financial institutions, including family office. So that's why we picked this office. We picked this idea because I've seen a lot for the last 3 years, Stella. I've seen a lot of development and growing in a family office in Asia, especially Hong Kong, and even Hong Kong government announced that they're going to make Hong Kong as a global hub of family office. Am I correct?
Yes, true. That's true.
Yeah. So let's say I want to set up my private family office there, Lawin family office. So do I get any incentive from government or any relaxed policy for foreigners to set up a family office there?
Yeah, there are some policies that they would welcome the investment family office setup in Hong Kong, but there is no particularly say lower the tax or even what particularly what they are looking for. But I would say they would loosen or make the regulation more clear for all those investment or investor or asset manager to manage the business in a family office size. More flexibility and provide efficiency for them. Because in Hong Kong, traditionally speaking, we do have a category called family office under the SFC's regulation. We call asset management, which is you need to fill in lots of forms to make sure that you got the license, etc. But if you are setting up the fund in a family office size, then those clumsy regulation requirement may not be necessary. So it will become provide you more flexibility on the operation efficiency as well.
Yeah. So Eagles, my friends Eagles, you can see this is something like a different phenomena now. Okay, all time people use this kind of family office to manage their wealth, because let's say Indonesia, I know a lot of tycoon that using this in Singapore. Because why? Because if they don't use this, their wealth will disappear in the third generations. Okay, that's the original plan for a family office. But today you can see that after the younger generation came in family office no more become something like a safety box for this kind of a wealth family. It's growing, and it's pouring a lot of money into investment, including real estate. But we have to work harder to convince them. Real estate is still one of the best portfolio to invest. Okay, so Mariett, we come to you all the way from Nice. The Nice place, my favorite place, Negresco coffee shop nearby there. Okay, so we are happy to have you. I want you to introduce yourself. The time is yours.
Wonderful. So, hi Eagles and respected participants. Absolute pleasure to join.
Yes.
This afternoon, and let me just share a request to Rusmin. Here it is.
Yes, we need you to introduce yourself because you have a lot of activities.
Oh, thank you. So basically, I'm an international speaker, #1 best-selling author, award nominee, and I normally write a lot of sources on family office governance, entrepreneurial success, angel investment, and women empowerment. I publish in Forbes. I also started a magazine, the Billionaire Chronicle, which is now managed by a US family office, single family office. And on top of that, I launched the Impact, which is a LinkedIn live show where I hold conversations with decision makers in various jurisdictions. And it's really about getting together and discussing how to better the economic landscape. And discussing how impact is created across the globe. Amongst the speakers, activities, I've been part of the Exponential Growth Strategy Leadership Summit, Cluster Steel Ladies Conference, and various bits and pieces. The Indonesia Billionaire and Indonesia Billionaire Excellence Club Dubai. I'm also the Global Ambassador and Senior Ambassador of Leaders Without Borders Business Development, and we are actually having our summit in Dubai coming May, just after the Ramadan. And I'm also part of the World Business Angel Forum. That is very much linked with my entrepreneurial activities, and etc., etc., etc. But it's boring to talk about myself, Rusmin. Let me share some things about.
Okay.
Let me share some things about family.
You don't have to. You don't have to turn off the screen, but let them read your bio carefully, because it's very hard. It takes me 2 nights to understand your bio data actually.
Okay, so, I'll leave this on a start.
I would like to tell me what's the Impact show. Can you tell me more about the Impact? The Impact.
Impact is really, it's a kind of small child of the Billionaire Chronicle. And the Billionaire Chronicle started in 2000. That started in 2017 when I was really heavily involved with various forums and summits in Monaco, in Dubai, in Miami, the East Coast. And I felt really passionate about myself, and I still do, about impact investment and ECGs and SDGs as such. And I thought, why not create a community around this? So I talked to a few family offices and C-levels, and they agreed. So there's quite a lot of network that really came together. And really the Impact is a continuation of this network and really transforming it into a live session, especially with the aid of LinkedIn Live, which is a very previous position to have, because LinkedIn Live is not awarded really to anyone apart from influencers on LinkedIn still. So it's still, you know, very much of a highly regarded position. And so far we had some footage concerning the United Arab Emirates in terms of appetite, family offices, investment, networking, institutions, private offices, sovereign funds. We had sessions on blockchain. It's a huge, massive thing that's happening currently right now with cryptos and blockchain currently, and family offices are kind of venturing into, but you know, nevertheless, you know, they keep talking for the last few years that okay, what's happening with crypto, and let's do something. So that was interesting. Also a session about Monaco itself, how the governments, there are a lot of high net worth, ultra high net worth families who are looking into establishing in Monaco. So what's the way of establishing family offices, what's way of doing business, etc., etc. So, and with the Leaders Without Borders development, we are also planning a lot of connections regarding the African continent and the Middle East. So we are bringing some speakers who are really into kind of explaining what's happening within the entrepreneurial ecosystem and how it could be incorporated into strategies that could be a win-win from an economy perspective for various jurisdictions. So it's a phenomenal journey.
Yeah. Okay, thank you, Stella. Mariett. Then I have a lot of friends actually. Maybe may propose to be part of your Billionaire Chronicles members, maybe, or part of Impact members.
No, absolutely. And just listening to Stella, it was an absolutely fabulous presentation, Stella. Thank you so much, and congratulations.
Yeah, because Stella can easily bring the money to invest in this, you know, right? Don't blame me, okay? Okay, so
absolutely, bring it on.
Okay, so Mariett, I want you to explain to us family office developments from time to time, especially for the last 5 years compared to the previous old times in Europe, especially in a neighborhood country like France, like Germany, and maybe Spain. Can you just tell us more what you know? Okay.
Tell us what I prepared, and really is I mean, Stella, she absolutely presented something phenomenal. So I want to test you guys that how much you actually learned from her presentation, because this is something. How awake are you? I don't know. What is the time? Your time?
Yeah, we are in Hong Kong. In Hong Kong, it's about 8:40.
In the evening.
Yeah.
Okay. So it's past 1. It's coming up to 2 p.m. at our time. So we are still pretty much awake. Hopefully, most of the audience is pretty much awake. So family offices as really a private wealth management advisory for so to speak, you know, serving the ultra high net worth individuals, as well as, you know, offering the total, you know, outsourced solution management to, you know, financial and, you know, investment side of, you know, affluent families. I think when it comes to this particular aspect, regardless of whether it's the Asian continent, it's the MENA region, it's Europe, it's North America, Latin America, it's pretty much the same. It's pretty much the same principle. So just chip in. What are the elements that a family office is responsible for? What did you learn from Stella? If no one's going to chip in, I'm going to list them. Is there a possibility to unmute? Is there a possibility to unmute? Or everybody is unmuted?
Yes.
Okay,
Yeah.
brilliant. So,
Okay.
what do family office do?
Stella, do you ask the audience about that?
Hello?
Yep.
Yeah. So you would like me to ask a question?
I think so.
This was a communal. This was a communal question to all the participants to liven up a little bit of empathy that wants to learn from the presentation of Stella, who absolutely fantastically explained these family offices basically are offering a total outsourced solution regarding budgeting, regarding insurance, regarding to the family business, regarding to wealth transfer and tax services. And beside all this, in addition, they are offering non-financial services as well regarding private schooling, travel arrangements, household arrangements. She also mentioned about single and multi-family offices, and that's exactly the same in the Europe setting as well. And while with a single family office is catering for one family, a multi-family office is something that is closely related to a traditional wealth management practice, so to speak. So seeking to build really their business upon serving many clients. And multifamily offices are more common in a sense, certainly in Europe side, is due to the economies of scale that really allow for co-sharing amongst the clientele. And within their discipline is really, family offices, I mean, it's a comprehensive wealth management plan that is beyond the capacity of just one individual. So it is a teamwork, and we tend to kind of see, family offices very much on the way of that, as institutional, investors, and they are not, because we are talking about families here. We are really talking about fathers, grandfathers, sons, uncles, mothers, cousins, the entire lot, and we are really talking about teamwork here. And a family office, it really requires a well-coordinated and collaborative effort of team and professionals, of anyone from legal, from insurance to investment to estate to business, tax disciplines, definitely tax disciplines, that really providing the scale of planning and the advice and the resources that the family needs. And what do you think is really the biggest, we talk about, let's put money here, but what is the biggest incentive when it comes to family office? What do you think? And then again, it's just put out to everybody in who is participating. What do you think is that big motive behind family office?
But I think Mariett, that in every country thinking different. Because the structure of the family office in Spain is different, in France it's different, in Germany, and I'm sure and other countries, because the business is different. Okay.
With regards to jurisdiction, definitely you're going to have to follow your own jurisdiction. Absolutely.
For me, it's very interesting to learn and to hear that, for example, in Asia, that Stella speak about, the investment in the family office is open. It's open not only in the real estate, also in other sectors. Okay, that I think that it's necessary to hear my colleague and my friend Anna Puigdevall. Anna Puigdevall have a vision of the family office in Spain. If Rusmin coordinate, I want to hear Anna Puigdevall respect the family office in Spain, because it's very interesting. Because Mariett, you are a big teacher. You are a great speaker, and you have a lot of knowledge about the family office. But in Spain, the structure are different.
Okay, right. So the word I was looking for here is legacy. Legacy planning and legacy management, because after a lifetime of accumulating wealth, really the high net worth individuals and the families are really confronted with several obstacles when they try to minimize their legacies. And this basically, this comprehensive wealth transfer which is arising from family offices, they have to really take into account of all assets of the family wealth. So transferring the management of the business, the disposition of assets, which the disposition of estates, the management of the family trust, philanthropic desires, and really the continuity of family governance. Therefore, family education is very, very, very important. And this includes educating family members on financial matters, and really instilling the family values to minimize the conflicts that happens between generations. If we are thinking about some of the generations, the generational families in the US coming from the Rockefeller side, that they are counting the fifth or the sixth generations now. The younger generational family offices that are Asia side, Hong Kong and Europe, there are a lot of family offices that are just forming after 2010. So they are definitely in their first generation. But there are a lot of generational differences that arise. And therefore, these family offices, they have to work collectively, with a team of advisors from many, many disciplines in order to really coordinate and optimize for the legacy that they desire. And I wanted to, because we are talking about real estate here, and if I want to go into different asset allocations, either it's traditional or alternative or gold, precious metals, or art crafts, whatever you think that you want to go into. Obviously, this is incredibly individual. Because of the given the estate egos, I really wanted to focus on just real estate. And I don't know what it is in regard to sorry, I lost the line there. But when regarding to what a family office is going to invest in, and I want to speak again, emphasize the fact that family offices, they are people. It's not about pitching them. This is not institutions. It's not about pitching them, because family offices are getting pitched. But the main criteria there is either a family office, do they know you? Do they trust you? How long the relationship's been going on? What's the value that is basically being offered to a family before actually going to the fact of presenting that, okay, here is a project that I'm working on, are you interested in? Because there are just too many criteria there. So with regards to real estate, and it was a Rothschild who said a few hundred years ago that one should wisely invest one third of one's asset into property. And family offices, even if it's not 1/3, family offices currently they are very much into the point of basically following this trend. And if you're interested in actually looking at what's on a global scale, there is a really good family office report, which comes from USB Camden Wealth, that really lays out of what is happening on a global basis. Very thorough report. It's about 40 pages, not all heavy read. There is some great graphics explaining. But when it comes to real estate allocation as in part of the overall investment portfolio, how many percent on an average do you think is invested into real estate on an average? if you look at traditional and alternative and okay, gold, precious metals, and arts, they tend to be on a very, very low scale. But how many percent do you think is actually going into real estate? Direct, well, direct, indirect. That could be again dissected. Any ideas?
In Spain, 44%.
Okay, 44. We've got 44. Another number. Anything. You can't go wrong between 1 and 100.
Yeah. Maybe Mariett, I have an idea. Maybe we can play a Q&A after this, because we have still another speaker from Spain, Anna. Maybe after Anna speaks, we will have a lot of knowledge, and also we can put into the Q&A. But by the way, to respond to your questions, I have a friend from Ukraine, from Kiev, Katarina Pilipchuk, said that family office added value for the family: first, time management; second, financial management; and the third, life management. And the main intention for the family office creation is the need of those free service solutions which will save time, save money, save the legacy of the family for life and new generations. The diversity of business interests of family members and diverse environment for the investment for the future of the family. So this is my colleague's house. Okay, thank you, Mariett. I can see that you are super in actually in PR. You are the best in PR. Okay, so we proceed to our speaker from Spain, Ana Sagrera, please. The time is yours.
Hi, hello, how are you? Thank you very much for inviting me to this webinar.
Yeah, Mariett, can you stop the screen?
Yes, I am trying.
Yeah. Okay.
Anna, I want to introduce her. That Anna Puigdevall now is the general manager of the more biggest association of the real estate in Spain, and introduce a new model of the management of the real estate association, and is in a people that I know very well, because I had worked with her years ago in a private company, and I know that is in the future of the real estate management and associations, and I think so that also is an expert of the real estate, because in the last years in our association learn what happened in the sector. It's very important to know what happened in the sector, what is the opinion of all real estate agents in our country, and I think so that now explain about what happened, what mean family office in Spain, because I think so the family office in Spain born years ago, only to have a good legal structure for to pay less taxes. Okay, but it's clear that when I heard to Stella, to Merlin, that the family office at this moment are other companies. Anna Puigdevall, please, I want to hear you.
Okay, thank you very much. I would like to share with you some information about family office in Spain. So I will try to share my screen, if it's possible. I don't know, Rusmin, do you know if I can share my screen with you?
Yes, I have thank you as a co-host just now.
Okay.
Just click the share screen.
I'm sorry, but I can't share my screen. I don't know why. Okay. Now, in this moment I can. Thank you. Okay. The first I would like to explain which are the main functions of family office here in Spain, and of course protect family assets, of course, ensuring that it's properly structured from a legal and regulatory perspective. We speak about this before. it's important to diversify family wealth and split investment risk, because for families it's very important that all the heritage is protected, and help the next generation prepare for succession by supporting the education and development of family members. For example, in Spain, 43% of family offices are run by the second generation, and only 34% are running for first generation. So it's very important, this function of education of the family office in order to prepare the succession. In Spain, what the family office is investing in real estate, 44%, and financial assets, 32%. There are a lot of other minimum investments, like, for example, philanthropy or art or something like this, but it's not more than 6%. But of course, one of the key points is that current investment is that the request to invest in this sustainable business is very, very important for family office. That sustainable is more important in this moment, and grows every day. All the family office have a lot of high conscience in sustainability. The next one is, and what think the family office in Spain related with COVID, this new normal, of course. In a survey, 55% of family office acknowledge not having changed the strategy, but 60% acknowledge being prudent and being on the lookout. So, of course, they don't want to change because it's a risk, but in the other hand, in this moment, they are very prudent. They want to see, wait, and they are expecting that what will happen. And I would like to speak which are the in real estate here in Spain. There are a lot of investment, and there are some points that I would like to speak to you. In residential, for example, in this moment here in Spain, we have some threats and to have some opportunities. The main threats are the legal uncertainty that we have. For example, in Catalonia, latest legislation has created an unsafe framework for investing in the rental business in Catalonia. And for family office, it's very important the security. So I think that it's a very risk, the legal uncertainty in this moment. And of course, uncertainty in prices due to the pandemic. Of course, we don't know exactly what will happen with the prices of the residential here in Spain. And these, of course, are threats. But we have always opportunities because the pandemic has caused the citizens to seek better places to live. They are looking for largest homes, and they want to build better and more sustainable homes, and of course with a long-term value. No, and this is very, very important. And we know that here in Spain, residential always is a good investment. The rent profitability in the cities of Barcelona and Madrid continues to be very good, exceeding 6%. So we think that residential is a good investment for family office here in Spain. In office, of course, we have threats that it's teleworking. Of course, it's very, very important because we don't know exactly what will happen with office, but we have opportunities, and it's to open our mind and work in other concepts, like this, work in the concept of 15-minute city. this allows us that some locals, commercial locals, be transformed in, for example, little office for people that don't want to work at home because it's very difficult for him work with kids, and perhaps they don't have a special room to work. And now there are another solutions, that is to convert local commercial locals in little office near of the homes. This is a concept of 15-minute city. And of course, it's very important invest to redesign office to adapt them to a space that have the greatest added value, such as promote innovation and teamwork. We are sure that all the office must be redesigned. Why? Because we have some office that they are thinking in order to perhaps work alone. And you can work alone at your home. So it's possible to make teleworking in this case. But if you go to the office, it's in order to teamwork, to have new ideas, to work in a different way. So we need to redesign these spaces and this office in order to adapt to these needs. And we think that it's very, very good opportunity to work in this file. And of course, we have a winner with this pandemic, that is logistics. Of course, we know that e-commerce has been one of the winners of this pandemic, because has grown a lot. We have an opportunity here in order to convert spaces not used for commercials and transform them into logistics centers in the middle of the cities in order to provide the best services in e-commerce. This is an opportunity, for example, here in Barcelona or here in Spain. But we have a threat, of course, that is that we not have enough land in the cities to build logistic spaces in the city. So we need to reconvert some spaces. But we think that logistics is one of the main focus of investment for family office here in Spain in one cases. And that's all. Thank you very much. And I would like that this short vision of family office in Spain and these opportunities to investment help you in order to know more about the Spanish market.
Muchas gracias, Ana. We will go to Q&A. Okay, we can start. We have some questions from Katarina to maybe to Stella. What is the geographic of investment of the family office in Hong Kong, Stella?
You mean
geographic of investments? Maybe means the condition of maybe the climate, I think, of investment of the families in Hong Kong.
Yeah, as per my slide, you will see that. Let me show again this slide first.
Yes.
Yeah, can you see this slide? So you will see. Yes. Yeah. So you will see the asset class in Hong Kong is mainly from the listed equities and funds and bonds, and we name it all as financial assets. So there is not an issue where they would like to invest. So they invest in security or bond instead of a hardware thing that's situated in any particular city like real estate. So, but I would say most of the investment of the Hong Kong listed companies are mainly from mainland and Hong Kong, and some Singapore assets as well. So I would say they would like to invest in first-tier city they will post more confident to have those property investment in first-tier city. Even in China, all those what we call the flagship stores are all invested in like Beijing, Shanghai, Guangzhou, Shenzhen, all these 4 major cities in China. And also Hong Kong is one of also a big city, and Singapore as well. So usually they would opt for a more stable return and more risk-free environment. Yeah.
And what about the emerging markets?
So as I said, because they would like to have some bit conservative on risk level, so they may not have an investment on real estate of emerging market. But there are some particular industry other than real estate, maybe some emerging market is doing better. Say the biotech or some green energy, renewable energy is doing better, or resources thing, the mining, etc. In Indonesia, say, the timber business, etc. There are some kind of family office got investment appetite on this kind of industry that would be particularly well in the emerging market. So they will invest this industry in the emerging market rather than solely on real estate. Yeah.
Okay, we have a question from Beatrice Gandara. Thank you for your presentation, Stella. I have a question. In the case of properties that family office manage, what is the minimum profitable in percentage return they look for?
Yeah, usually it is a difficult question because different family office have different risk tolerance.
Can you say a range?
A range, right? Yeah. So around if for some risk conservative side, about 5 to 6% per year would be good enough. But for some family office, they will opt for more aggressive, or they would like to invest on some more high-tech thing. They would look for something more than 12 to 15. Yeah.
Yeah. But
for
about countries, maybe still you have a classification of country. Maybe US first, then Europe, then Asia will be the third tier. So is there this kind of classifications of country by countries?
Yeah. They will have some classification, but in Hong Kong, if they would like to invest in US, they usually go through the stock market instead of directly have investment on those bricks and mortars.
Okay, so they will go through the financial instrument. Okay.
Yes, still through the financial instrument.
Yeah. So this question just now also answer the question from Jose, my friend from Miami, Jose Gracia. Okay. You said that just now 5 to 6. Maybe it's some family office maybe looking for beyond that, maybe until 10. Okay. So anything else that want to discuss with Stella and Anna? Still
yes. More questions, Eagles friends, more questions, because it's a big opportunity to learn about the family office, because it's not easy to look at a great speakers as today.
Yeah, Stella is quite well known because he knows Singapore, he knows Hong Kong, and also the most important is from China money, the mainland's fund. That's one of the super big in the world now.
But I think so. In the family office, the important question are the management of the properties, the management of the finance, because sometimes the families not a good management. It's necessary to look at a good general manager to manage this family office. My question, Stella, is, or Anna, is you know that in some university around the world that studies of the family office?
Some university?
Yes. Yes, there are studies of family office in some university, for example, in Hong Kong. Yes.
Yeah, for maybe I can share some experience in Hong Kong. The university is offering some private wealth management course for the students who are studying finance. So it is one of the major that you can choose if you are studying business administrative. And because in the wealth management world, there are quite some knowledge that you need to know for wealth management. So that is particular bachelor degree for this aspect. And the need for the wealth management profession is more and more in Hong Kong, especially.
In Spain,
Thank you.
In Spain, studies are more for the private sector. For example, Ernst & Young or Pricewaterhouse have some studies about family office that they are very interesting.
Thank you, Anna.
Yep. Any questions again? Daniel, you want to ask something?
Daniel, how many family offices are in New York?
I was, I got the answer I wanted. It's about the return expected from family offices. So, and maybe the other question is, since younger generations get more and more involved, do they get their training in the family, or do they normally travel a lot to learn how things are done?
Thank you, Daniel.
Yeah. Did you ask something just now, Daniel?
Yeah, well, my question was, how do younger members of family offices train? Are they trained in-house by the manager and their older generations? Or do you see them traveling a lot to different continents to see what's happening elsewhere?
Stella, maybe you can ask these kind of questions, or maybe Anna, from your experience in Europe and also in Hong Kong.
I think that in Spain, it's both. For example, there are some family offices that take in order to prepare the second generation. And of course, there are a lot of family offices that they travel to the other countries in order to learn more about family office in the other countries. But I think that they are both advisors inside the family office in order to make the second generation learn about the business, and of course they go to another countries to learn more.
Yeah. How about Stella?
Yeah, maybe I name some roles that talent supply is most critical in Hong Kong. The relationship manager one is the most important role that to maintain a relationship with the family office, and also the product specialist, as I said, because there are many financial products that the family members like to invest. So the product specialist is also very needed, and the compliance specialist, IT and digital, such as the cybersecurity thing, and risk control, portfolio management, and all these things are very critical criteria that the family office, even the operator or the procurement that they would like to find a professional to do on this aspect is very important.
Thank you.
Okay, so we have a questions from Katarina for Stella and Anna about because we are talking, but we are all concerned about climate change. Now we are UN Habitat. We have Daniel here. We are always promoting sustainable development goals. Okay, SDGs goals. Okay. Yes. Is this criteria considered as one of your main criteria when you invest into some development or project? Because we are talking about the green. Okay, the green thing. Yeah.
This is for Stella?
Yeah, for you and Stella. Yeah. About the SDG goals that campaigned by UN Habitat and also FIABCI under Daniel Kosenbracher.
Yeah, maybe I can share some figures with you.
Yes.
There was a UBS report in 2018 on sustainable investing, and nearly half, that is above 45%, and 1/3 of the family offices that has took in sustainable investing and have plans to increase the ESG investment in next 12 months. So the younger generation, as I said, they are the the family office runners are voicing out their willingness to help to address the social and environmental issues, and they would like to adopt the principles of sustainable finance and will focus on the investment in companies with higher ESG, that is the environment, social responsibility, and corporate governance scores and impact investment. And the figures shows that all these ESG related investment has a little bit higher return than the traditional one as of today. And it is expected to grow better yield in the future. So we are seeing that there will be greater focus on these types of investment.
Okay, so Anna?
Yes, sorry. Now, I would like to add that here in Spain, there are some entities that can provide some rates about sustainability. So it's important before they invest to show the rates and to see if this investment have enough sustainable or not good note.
Okay. So, okay, thank you, Anna. So it means that the awareness is increasing. Hopefully, will increase faster than we expect, so we can save the world together. So we have also a question from Philippines, Samuel Law. Okay, how broker can participate in family office and how broker can make revenue on the services?
I think this is a straightforward question. You just
yeah. Because broker, they want to make money faster.
Yeah.
No time wasting. Okay.
This is a sad thing that the property brokers can't make too much money because the family office is not keen to invest on property in Hong Kong, frankly. Yet, there is still chance for them if they would have the opportunity to find some high yield property that can sell or convince those family office to buy. Have special properties that I would say site data center or student accommodation, they may have a chance to make the deal done. Yeah.
Okay, thank you. Anna,
Thank you.
How can brokers serve a family office in Europe, especially in Spain? Are they used to work with the property agents or broker to find some asset?
Yeah, I don't know exactly. I don't have this information now. I'm not sure. I'm not sure really if we have some software specific or not. I am not sure in this moment.
Okay, so it means Spain is open, so they can get the resources from any kind of resources, right?
Yeah. Not normal in Spain. The family office have our canals.
Okay, so of course they will. If I'm running from the office, of course I will love to work with API,
Yes,
right?
Have our canals for the invest. Yes.
Especially Eurofincas in Barcelona, very famous one. Okay.
Okay.
So do we have any questions? We exiting almost we are reaching 90 minutes now. Exit from what we expect, but this is very good discussions. I will send all the presentations to you by email if you registered.
Okay.
And, yeah. If you have any questions, please. The last one, or maybe Leo Lu. Are you still there, Leo?
Yeah, I think he's here.
Hey.
Yeah, Leo. I would like to say something. Some closing remarks, okay? Because you are quite connected in.
Yeah. So thank you so much. We are so happy to have 3 speakers from all around the world talking about the family office. It's quite interesting to see. There are actually quite different because I noticed from Anna that maybe in Europe, the family office invest in brick and mortar comparatively more than that in Asia. So it's quite interesting. But anyhow, I think the family offices I met here in the region, they tend to look for something more interesting in the new economy. So don't forget about real estate innovation and also sustainability aspects. So yeah, that's
the keywords.
Yep.
The trust, the security.
Yeah,
the new trend like
I hope that Rusmin, you are one of the great ego. You can host another section, maybe more on those aspects, such that we can.
But because we chose this topic because I see the old phenomena come back. The family office now seems like comebacks. That you can see a lot of numbers. They're increasing like 44% in 1 year. Imagine that. That's crazy. So I think that this kind of phenomena, as a real estate investor, as a real estate stakeholders, we must be aware how to tap in the win. So if you can tap in the win, you win. You are the winner of the war, and you can make money. That's it.
Yeah.
So we must stay close with us, people like Stella Law and Anna and other family office runner. That we must keep convince them. Okay, we have to treat them at least once a week of coffee. Okay, you treat them coffee and keep brainstorming them. Come on, real estate is one of the best, the best sector to invest. Am I correct, Daniel? Okay, we must work harder and harder. That's why eagles are always with you. Okay.
Thank you very much.
Thank you very much.
Thank you
very much. See you again in the next Eagle series.
In the next Eagle series, I think at the end you must remember that Eagle series is always at the end of every month. Then the next month, well, we are still Katarina is one of the candidates. Maybe also Daniel. So I have to decide which one first, because Katarina want to promote the crew Central Asia event, one of the biggest event in Europe that happened face to face. We also need Daniel to talk about how to make our city so affordable, because we can see a lot of people now homeless, very poor, and it's not fair if we don't bring them up to the stage and make people aware about affordable housing, because not every people is lucky like us to have a shelter. There's millions of people out there. Maybe Daniel told me in Canada, a lot of people are still freezing there outside there.
That's exactly right. You're absolutely right. And I would like to hear from different countries. What are the solutions to quick building? I see more and more solutions where people can build their own home in 5 or 10 days. And I would like to know what you have in your country, because I think it's a solution.
So Daniel, your input about the technology in the buildings property is one of the topic, maybe next or 3 series.
Yes. Thank you.
Thank you, everyone.
Bye.
Bye.
Have a great weekend. Bye-bye.
Take care.
Bye.
Take care, people. Thank you.
Bye.
Thank you, everybody. Bye.
Bye, Jory Almir.
Bye. Adios, Ramon. Bye, Ramon. Okay,
Ramon
Jory from Spain. Bye.
Okay.
Nice to meet you. Bye.
Bye, Milan. Thank you, Mario. You're the last one. Keep in touch. Bye.